Hi everyone, if you're new here, my name's Elliot and this is my channel, Words with Wonder. Thank you so much for checking it out. If you're returning, hi, it's really great to have you back. So today I want to film a video about the books I want to read this month, December. It is finally the holiday season. I know Hanukkah is already over at this point. Christmas, Yule have not happened yet. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super up to date on when other winter holidays fall, but regardless of what you celebrate, happy holidays. I personally celebrate Christmas and Yule, so that's exciting. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about books. So the first book on my reading list for this month is one very, very special to me. It is Winter and Other Poems. This book is my book. You can pick it up now online. I will insert the link down below. This is a collection of poetry. It is queer poetry on faith, family, and finding yourself, figuring out who you are. In essence, it is the story of how I came out. It's the story of my journey with faith and the church and learning to love myself. I'm so proud of this, and I'm really biased, but I highly recommend you read it. So yeah, that's the first book on my list. The second book on my list for this month is Confessions of a Bitter Secret Santa by Laura Bergen. This is a book from my childhood. I have read this one before. I now kind of have a tradition where I reread this book every year. I started on New Year's Eve, or Christmas Eve I mean, and finish it Christmas Day. I might start it a little bit earlier this year as part of my Yule celebration. But yeah, it's a kid's book about a class secret Santa and all the fun and drama that ensues. So the rest of the books on my list are all library books. I don't personally own any of these, but I'm really excited to read them. The first one on my list is Cersei by Madeline Miller. I don't know very much about this book. I'm pretty sure it is a retelling of the Odyssey. I'm very excited. I've heard good things about it, and yeah, it's on my list. The next book on my list is Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. So I've read this book before, but it was a very long time ago. I don't actually really remember it. I know there is a movie now. I think it's on Netflix. So I'm going to be reading this book and watching the movie. I'm about 2/3 of the way through with it right now. So once I finish it, I'll watch the movie, and I like it so far. I really like the short story format. A couple of collections of short stories on my list this month, so I like that it's more bite-sized pieces instead of one big long story. It makes it easier for me to focus. That one is about a whole bunch of high school kids and love, the holidays. It all takes place during this one town in South Carolina's biggest snowstorm in like 50 years, so that's pretty interesting premise. The next book on my list is My True Love Gave to Me, 12 Holiday Stories. This is by a variety of authors. I don't know anything about this. Honestly, I just picked it out because it was another collection of holiday short stories. I've been really into short stories lately. They're just so easy and accessible, and I really like that right now. I have read a few long novels lately, but short stories have been more my speed. And poetry. I've read a lot of poetry too. But anyways, holiday, can you see a running theme? So the next book on my list is The Penguin Book of Dragons by Penguin Classics. I love dragons. They're one of my special interests. I'm obsessed with them just a little bit, and I'm really, really excited to read this book. I think it's just a collection of all kinds of different dragon stories, which is super exciting. Once again, it's kind of short story format, which I love. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. The next book on my list is a poetry collection. It is Playlist for the Apocalypse, Poems by Rita Dove. I don't know anything about this collection either. I have a lot of books on my list this month that I don't really know anything about, which is kind of fun. Sometimes I really like knowing the premise of the books I'm reading, but other times it's fun to just pick something new. This one I picked specifically because I've been on a bit of a poetry kick. My book just came out, as I mentioned earlier, so up until the publication of my book, I was reading a lot of poetry just to help me edit and make my way through the end, so I'm still kind of on that poetry kick. But yeah, we will see. Playlist for the Apocalypse. I think it's gonna be pretty good. It's nice and thin, it's not super big, so that's fun. The last book on my list for this month is The Last Chance Library by Freya Samson. I have heard really good things about this book. I work at a library, so any books that are about libraries tend to be really popular with my coworkers. So this one has been recommended to me, and I'm really excited to try it. I also love the cover. It's this really nice purple color. I think this one is about a woman who is a fan of her local library, but isn't really very social. From my understanding, the library is about to go out of business. They're about to lose their funding, so this woman has to band together with a whole bunch of strangers and basically save this library, which is a really cool premise. Overall, these are the books on my list for this month. So a little bit about me and my reading. I don't always set a reading list. Sometimes I just pick and choose and read as I'm in the mood for stuff, and even when I do set a list like this month, I don't always stick to it. I'm definitely a mood reader. If I don't let myself read what I'm in the mood for, I just won't read at all, and that's not very fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stick with this list, but if I'm not in the mood for it, you know, I will change. And starting soon, I'm going to be posting a monthly list of books I've read and their reviews on my blog, so if you want to know what I think about all these December books, the link to my blog is down below, and that post will come out probably the first week of January. This week though, my review of the books I read in November is going to be up, so you can look for that hopefully this Wednesday. Anyways, thank you so much for checking out my channel. If you've read any of these books, please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any other book recommendations, I would love to hear that. And yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!